some sort of weird analytic number theory or something. And then in the picture is his brother. He'll be significant in a few minutes. So he went to become a professor at Berkeley after he had his PhD. He was 25 at Berkeley as a professor, assistant professor. So no one really took him seriously. They're like, you're a child, you're just as old as us. And he was kind of ridiculed for being young. And I guess he let it get to him. So finally, after a few years there, he left and went to Missouri to live with his family in the woods. And he said, I have a good idea. I'm going to go live away from civilization. Like, I hate civilization. These people are assholes. I'm getting out of here. And he moved into the woods, and he built his own house. He tried to learn how to be self-sufficient, how to make his own food, how to make his own tools. No electricity, no running water. He wasn't very good at it. His family would bring him food all the time, because they didn't want him to die, obviously. And then maybe 2 or 3 years later, someone started building roads near him and started knocking down forests and trees. He got really pissed off. He was like, this is ridiculous. Like, people need to leave me alone. Like, why are they following me? They're stalking me. Society's after me and that kind of thing. He was totally anarchy. And so he started to build some bombs. And he started blowing up construction equipment. He started mailing bombs to people. And the FBI couldn't catch him. He's a smart guy. He's just kind of psychotic. And I can't say he's smart for blowing people. It's kind of mean and selfish. And so after he blew up a few bombs in universities and airlines, and he actually nailed them to a few people, the FBI couldn't figure out who he was. So his brother finally, after a few months, was like, this is ridiculous, this is not cool anymore. And his brother turned him in. And that's his brother, the good guy. So once he moved into isolation, it pretty much just went downhill. His head got into himself, and he started just to go nuts. Mr. Alexander wrote the Thief. This one's kind of a sad story, because he didn't deserve to be insane, in a way. There's a really good quote about him. His unique skill was to eliminate all unnecessary hypotheses and burrow into an area so deeply that its inner patterns and its most abstract level revealed themselves, and then, like a magician, show how the solution of old problems fell out in straightforward ways that now their real nature had been revealed. So there was another tale about him that, like, when he came to solve problems, he would basically construct the road so that way he would construct the path with his tools such that the problem was just like as a result of his construction. So he had such a fundamental understanding and such a beautiful way of building things so abstractly that when he came across the problem was already solved. It was solved just by like how he constructed it, which was amazing. Like he had an abstraction on mathematics and numbers that no one had ever thought of, which came to schemes and all these higher things in mathematics that I know nothing about because they're absurdly abstract and I can't interpret them. He published 2 books. Well, he didn't actually publish them, but he published a lot of papers. He was incredibly smart, and basically his published paper became like part of a series. People started making it because they loved his work. His work was so outstanding and so interesting that they actually ended up collaborating and bringing his work together into one series, like 2 series actually. And then they made all of his lectures into another series. And then once there was an issue in mathematics, people were fighting over results, and he got pissed off. He's like, "This is stupid. We're supposed to be working together. This is ridiculous. I'm leaving." And he said, "I don't want you to publish my papers ever again. Don't publish my work. I don't want to see my work ever again. It's all wrong. It's all nonsense. Leave me alone." And at which point he moved into the woods of France, where he was never seen again until he died last year, where he stumbled into a hospital, barely conscious, and he was pronounced dead there. There is a story where a Harvard mathematics student did take a journey over to the woods of France to find him, and she spent a few days with him. It's a really nice paper because she had spent the last few days with him before anyone else got to see him and talk about his work. But he basically gave up all mathematics. He gave up society. He was so fed up with the feuds and people fighting each other and stuff that he just kind of left mathematics forever and said it was dumb and it was worthless. And after he had made such a profound impact, for him just to walk away was outstanding. Gregory Perelman. I have a picture of him on the first. There is a picture of him way back. I'll go back to it because it's good to see what he looks like. This is Gregory Perelman. I bet you can take guesses that he looks pretty insane. He's quite a nut job. Also, hold on one second. Okay, so back to Gregory Perelman. He basically was very young from Russia and did a lot of really nice work in mathematics. And there was a problem called forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, the Poincaré conjecture. And it was one of the Millennium Prizes that were offered $1 million to whoever could solve them. And so one day he's like, "Hey, I have a good idea." And he published an outline of how to solve it. He's like, by the way, you know, these 7 steps or whatever are the routines you will take to solve this problem. If you can put all these 7 things together, it's solved. And he published it one day with no comment, just said, hey, by the way, this is how you do it. I don't want credit for this. It's not my work. It's actually due to the results of other people. That he didn't put a full proof together, but he put an outline together. And so over the next few weeks, a few mathematicians started to gather all the shit together and try to make this a reality. And there's 2 mathematicians named Cow, last name Zhu, 2 different people, who put their entire proof together based on his outline, put their names on it, and published it immediately, like a few weeks after, and took credit for it. And it was so absurd that they thought they had the ability to just take credit for all of this hard work that Parallel put through, that they were basically exiled from mathematics. Because they were so ridiculed for just, it was such a rude thing to do for this man who was just into mathematics. So finally, he was nominated for a Fields Medal, which is the Nobel Prize in Mathematics. And basically the committee for the Nobel Prize, the head of it, showed up to his house and said, hey, we'd like to give you a Fields Medal. He's like, I don't want it, don't give it to me. Don't even nominate me. Like, I don't want to have to go through all of the drama of having to deal with rejecting this. Like, don't bring my name up, I don't want to hear about it. And then after 2 days of staying there trying to bother him, like following him around nonstop, asking him if he'll please accept the award, he wouldn't budge. So a few weeks later, they did the ceremony. They said, they said, here's his medal. He can come take it anytime he wants. It's for him. It's his. And of course, he didn't even show up to the ceremony. He didn't want it. He didn't want anything to do with it. He's like, I'm not a zoo. I'm not an animal. I don't belong in a zoo. Don't look at me that way. He said, I just saw something in math that's interesting. That's it. And then a few weeks later, the Clay Math Institute, of course, owes him $1 million prize because anyone solves that problem is worth this gives him $1 million. They showed up and said, hey, here's your $1 million. Would you like it? He said, no, I don't want it either. And he said, why? He's like, I don't deserve this. This is not my work. This is the work of Hamilton and other people who came before him. And they're like, he solved it. You can go give it to him. He's like, I don't want the money. Don't give me the money. I don't want anything to do with it. And a few months later, they ended up giving the money and splitting it to people who actually helped the foundation, the groundwork for the prize, which is what he wanted. However, they don't realize that he actually lives in rural Russia with his mother on welfare. Because he has no money, he has no job, he doesn't do anything except for sit home with his mother. So he turned down $1 million to sit home with his mother. And that's quite an insane thing to do. Like, he could have helped his mother's whole family for years, but he chose not to. Okay, these are probably, I think, my last 3. On the left is Mr. Galois. It's pronounced Galois, not Galois. I got that wrong many times, embarrassed myself. In the middle is I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but Eisenstein. And on the right is Niels Henrik Abel. So starting with Galois. Galois was very political. I think I'm missing something there. He was very political, and he applied to go to École Polytechnique, which is probably like the most prestigious mathematics institute in France. There's a lot of stories about if you go there, you'll be bullied for not knowing anything, because everyone there knows everything about mathematics. And this was in the 1700s, so of course it was a lot different. And he went there and he applied, and when you go there, when you have to apply to that university, you have to do an interview on spot to see how much you actually know. And so he showed up to the interview and he said, I know all this stuff. And the professor said, okay, can you prove it? He said, no, I can't prove it. So he argued with the professor for like an hour and a half about not needing to prove something necessary, whatever. And the professor was like, no, you can leave, like, we don't want you here. So 2 years later, he applied again with a little bit of proof, but more attitude. He's like, I don't deserve this crap, I deserve to be here. And I said, no, go away. So he never got into École Polytechnique, but he did found 2 major areas of mathematics, one was group theory and Galois theory. Of course, one was named after him. And the second, group theory was like a huge, substantial area in abstract mathematics that he had come upon simply just by being a punk. When he was 20 years old, he got into a feud over some sort of issue. He was apparently a Republican, but it's a different name. It's a different type of Republican because it was in France, not America. And he got into a feud, and the story goes actually the feud was about a girl as well. He got into it, and they challenged the guy to a duel. And they both dueled. Galois won the duel and staggered home and died at home because of his injuries at age 20. So he was a very good mathematician. He just needed to chill out. He just did whatever he wanted. Gotthold Eisenstein, not really anything insane about this guy. He just very unlucky. Yeah, they're all very pretty, very beautiful men. Mr. Eisenstein, at like age 10, proved a very nice result in mathematics, and sooner or later he came on, he just did very nice work, and he ended up proving results that were even beyond Gauss. And of course, we should all know that Gauss was probably one of the best mathematicians of the 1800s or 1700s, around that time. and improved so much work in like engineering, fluid mechanics, dynamics, electricity, magnetism, everything. Gauss did so much work, and Eisenstein showed up and just did better work, which was amazing. And Eisenstein was terribly poor, so he lived his whole life in poverty. And finally, the association, well, the king in wherever country he was living in decided to give him money to do his research, even though they were very like they were very they were not willing to give him money. Like they would hold the check. I don't know what the words for that is.
Stingy.
They were very stingy about giving him money. So they didn't think his work was worthwhile. And of course, Gauss confirmed the committee, and like, we deserve to give this guy a chance. He's very smart. I demand you guys give him an honorary doctorate degree. So they gave him a degree for free. They gave him some money, checks every month for food and whatever, and shelter. And then there was a war that broke out. I don't know what war it was. And the king stopped giving him money. So he basically ended up starving. And on the day he died, basically one of his assistants found a check from the king that was missing that would have given him enough food to, of course, have survived. So he died, of course, of poverty, unfortunately, even though he had the money that he had just missed in the mail that day or something. And it was very unfortunate because he had done such substantial work in partial differential equations, analytic number theory, and those kind of things. And then Niels Henrik Abel also, by the way, all these mathematicians died before age 30. Although I think Abel died at age 32. So the two of them died before age 30, and then Abel died at age 32 or something like that. So they were all very unfortunate, they were all very intelligent mathematicians. Abel was compared to Mr. Banach, if you guys have ever heard of Banach spaces. It's very significant work in mathematics. It's going to be very beautiful. And Abel basically had a few ideas and he wrote and sent letters to Gauss, and Gauss literally just ignored him. He's like, this is dumb, I don't care. And like 2 years later, Gauss found the letters and he's like, this is genius. And Abel was dead by then. So it was really unfortunate what happens with Abel. He did some really great work, and Gauss just really ignored it for no reason, even though Gauss would have been the guy to help him. And I think that's probably about it. Yeah, that's it. Any questions about any insane people in mathematics or mathematicians that I missed? Oh, I forgot to talk about Grothendieck as well, but I'll just give a brief overview. Before he lived in Recluse, he was born in Germany, around